Ever started strong with a new habit, only to see it fizzle out? You're not alone. We often chase discipline, pushing ourselves to do things we think we should. But here's the secret. Willpower is finite. True, lasting discipline isn't just about grit, it's about alignment. If your actions aren't rooted in who you believe you are or who you aspire to be, that discipline is built on shaky ground. In the next 30 minutes, we'll explore why discipline fails without identity alignment and how you can bridge that gap for lasting change. Today we will talk about why discipline fails without identity alignment. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The elusive nature of sustained discipline. Discipline, in its essence, is the consistent adherence to a set of rules, behaviors, or practices, often for the purpose of achieving a specific goal or desired outcome. We frequently associate it with willpower, grit, and the ability to push through discomfort. From early morning workouts to meticulous financial planning, the world extols the virtues of discipline as the cornerstone of success. However, a common observation, frustratingly familiar to many, is the fleeting nature of disciplinary efforts. New Year's resolutions crumble, ambitious projects stall, and healthy habits succumb to old patterns. This widespread failure to sustain discipline, despite genuine initial intent and often significant effort, points to a deeper, more fundamental mechanism at play beyond mere willpower. Understanding this underlying factor is crucial for anyone seeking to build lasting habits and achieve meaningful, long-term personal or professional transformation. 2. The willpower trap. A limited resource. Many approaches to self-improvement heavily emphasize willpower as the primary driver of discipline. The prevailing narrative suggests that if one simply tries harder, exerts more control, or battles against impulses with greater force, success will inevitably follow. While willpower undeniably plays a role, especially in initiating new behaviors or navigating immediate temptations, it is a finite resource. Psychological research has consistently demonstrated that willpower, much like a muscle, can be depleted through overuse. Decision-making, resisting urges, and suppressing emotions all draw from the same well of mental energy. Consequently, relying solely on willpower to maintain discipline over extended periods leads to fatigue, burnout, and an increased susceptibility to reverting to old, less desirable habits. This explains why even highly motivated individuals often find their resolve weakening as the day progresses or when faced with unexpected stressors. 3. Identity. The unseen architect of behavior. Beyond the conscious exertion of willpower lies a more profound determinant of behavior: identity. Identity refers to our self-concept, the beliefs we hold about who we are, what we value, and what kind of person we aspire to be. It's the internal narrative that shapes our perceptions, choices, and actions, often operating beneath the surface of conscious awareness. When we identify as a healthy person, for instance, our choices naturally gravitate towards nutritious food and regular exercise. Not because we are constantly battling an urge for junk food, but because these actions are congruent with our self-perception. Conversely, if our identity is not aligned with a desired behavior, if we see ourselves as someone who struggles with fitness, then maintaining a workout routine becomes an uphill battle, a constant fight against our own self-narrative. 4. The power of congruence. When identity and discipline converge. True, sustainable discipline emerges not from sheer force of will, but from a profound congruence between our desired behaviors and our core identity. When the actions we seek to perform are deeply integrated into our self-concept, they cease to be burdensome tasks that require immense willpower. Instead, they become natural expressions of who we are. For example, a person who identifies as a writer doesn't struggle to sit down and write. It's simply what a writer does. Similarly, someone who sees themselves as a responsible saver doesn't agonize over budgeting. It's an inherent part of their financial identity. This alignment creates an intrinsic motivation that far surpasses the extrinsic push of willpower, making disciplinary actions feel less like obligations and more like authentic expressions of self. 5. The self-reinforcing cycle. Identity shapes action, action shapes identity. The relationship between identity and discipline is not linear, but rather a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle. Our current identity influences the choices we make and the disciplinary actions we attempt. Each small act of discipline, however, when successful, provides evidence that reinforces our desired identity. For instance, consistently showing up for a morning run, even when tired, affirms the belief I am a disciplined and healthy person. Over time, these repeated actions solidify the new identity, making the desired behavior increasingly automatic and less reliant on conscious effort. This positive feedback loop is crucial for building lasting habits. The more we act in alignment with our desired identity, the more that identity is strengthened, further encouraging consistent disciplinary behavior. 6. Shifting focus. From what to do to who to be. Traditional approaches to discipline often focus on what to do. Create a strict schedule, set smart goals, implement rewards and punishments. While these external strategies can be useful for initial guidance, they often fall short because they neglect the internal dimension of identity. To cultivate lasting discipline, the focus must shift from simply performing actions to embodying a new way of being. Instead of saying, "I need to wake up early," a more effective approach is to cultivate the identity of "I am an early riser." This subtle but significant refrain moves beyond merely altering behavior to fundamentally changing one's self-perception, thereby making the desired behavior a natural outgrowth of who one believes themselves to be. This identity-first approach fosters a deeper, more resilient commitment to change. 7. Practical steps to cultivate identity alignment. Cultivating identity alignment involves several practical steps. First, clearly articulate the identity you wish to embody. Instead of vague aspirations like being more disciplined, define specific identities such as "I am a consistent learner" or "I am a financial steward." Second, identify the smallest, most manageable actions that someone with that identity would take. These identity-affirming actions are crucial for building momentum and providing evidence for your new self-concept. Third, actively affirm your desired identity through self-talk and visualization. Regularly remind yourself, "I am the kind of person who desired behavior." Fourth, seek out environments and communities that support your desired identity, as social influence plays a powerful role in reinforcing our self-perception. 8. Beyond willpower. The path to effortless discipline. In conclusion, the failure of discipline, so commonly attributed to a lack of willpower, is more often a symptom of misaligned identity. Relying solely on a finite resource like willpower sets us up for an arduous and often unsustainable battle against ourselves. True lasting discipline emerges when our actions become a natural extension of who we believe ourselves to be. By shifting our focus from what we do to who we are, by intentionally cultivating and reinforcing an identity congruent with our aspirations, we can transcend the limitations of willpower. This identity-first approach transforms the struggle for discipline into a journey of self-discovery and authentic expression, leading to a state where desired behaviors become less of a forced effort and more of an effortless flow, paving the way for profound and enduring personal transformation. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.